Hey, it's Mike with the 66 bus and the 61 Beetle today. Like or subscribe if you want to help me get to 1,000. I am adjusting my headlights today because they both point like down and to the left, and I really just put them in, and I have been driving on brights, and the brights don't even go up high enough to be in anybody's line of sight. They just basically point down and to the left, so they're completely misaligned. And so I've been Googling how you do it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up this Beetle. I'm going to point it at that wall over there. I'm going to back it up as far as I can without hitting my wife's car here, get it straight, and then I'm going to measure the distance between these light bulbs and the height, and then about 15 or 20 feet up in front, I'm gonna put two sort of taped X marks the spot that are the same distance apart as my headlights, but like depending on how far I can back it up, maybe just a couple inches lower off the ground. And I think this carport driveway area is level enough to do that here. I mean, it's not totally level, but that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let me back up this car and see if I can get it more or less kind of in position. I'll set up this camera here. Hello. Oh. All right, so I've set up this Beetle. It's like, say 290 inches. I mean, it's 290 inches away from this wall, and then it's about 40 inches from headlight to headlight, and then I went right up the middle like this to make the middle line up right here. It's 24 inches off the ground, which is about the top of this line here, and then I did 40 inches side to side. So the way I see it is the headlights should basically go to right about here. It's just below the siding, and the same on the other side. And right now they both glop right into here, so you can see it. I'll do the brights and the non-brights and you can see what I'm saying. So lights are off, lights are on. See, they basically go to the ground right up there. There's the brights and the non-brights, brights, non-brights. So I want to focus the non-brights to basically hit those two hash marks of tape there. And so let's see if I can get that. All right, well, in an effort to do this, the adjustability is kind of out the window. So what I did is I actually put in a screw there and a screw back over here that just firmly puts it in place. I did a pencil line, you can see around there, and I got the left one is about 6 inches below the left hand hash mark there. So I'm now trying to put in the right one. Another thing I noticed is when I use the spacers, that's the little white screw underneath there, it no longer naturally grounds the parking light. So I have put in, you see this little ground wire, the green one, put that into the back because otherwise my parking lights don't work. So I'm going to wire these up and see how it is. I may have to adjust my sort of firm screws here and see if all right, well, they're certainly not perfect. You can see this thing looks a little rotated or whatever, even with the parking light. But so this H4, also this top, doesn't quite line up, and this one is sticking out a little bit in terms of the so I need a little work on this. I'm not exactly sure how to do this with this this being the way that it is. You know, what I had done is use these to kind of get them more firmly in place. But as far as the actual lights go, so now you can see the left one And we're supposed to hit this hash. It's literally, the low beam is probably 2 feet. This one is probably 18 inches low. And then when I do the high beams, I press on this little guy down here. High beams really, you know, this one seems to be about here, and this one is about here. So, you know, I think it would work like that, but realistically they need to be adjusted up about, you know, 8 or 10 inches. Both need to come up. So I'm going to just do a little adjusting, but I'm going to consider that a success compared to how they used to both be clumped right down here. So I think that's good. Okay, well, that was adjusting the headlights using a wall and 40 inches side to side, about 20 inches up is what you're looking for at about 20 feet. So this isn't quite 20 feet, I don't think, but that's the measurement that I did. My lights, I just have some issues because I have a bezel here that's, you know, a little bit bent and nothing quite fits right. But I'm going to try to just firm up the bezel to light connection, and we'll just go with that.